Okay. Alright, we're on the money whenever you're ready.
Has that got a mic in it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A brilliant mic, A+. Oh yeah.
He plays like he's double parked. Because we're in a hurry today, but there you go.
All right, man. And
Oh, well, sit in my house. I don't sit in my house too often because I'm not home all the time. I'm always on the road. However, you know, like I've just been home for 3 days and I've done nothing but play the guitar. So, and today I made the mistake of flying without my guitars. I sent them ahead with my manager, save putting them on a plane. And, you know, I really missed my guitar today. I was like, I couldn't cope until I got here and got it out, and then I was okay. So I am officially addicted to it. I try to answer as many emails as possible and questions on my partner Clara and my manager Gina. They answer so many things for me and they make me aware of stuff. They copy me on things, and when I don't have time to answer stuff personally, then Gina will call me and say, I've got this list of questions and blah blah blah, and we'll put it together that way. Well, I try to answer everything that comes my way because I want to be helpful with people. F Troop.
oh, that's a good one.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. I might be able to. The problem with solo electric is it's solo electric, and unless you kind of play jazz or whatever, you know, if you're going to play anything slightly bluesy, it feels like you really need to have a band around you. But, you know, I quite often, when I'm playing tunes like Guitar Boogie or Stevie's Blues, I'm playing the acoustic guitar like an electric guitar. So, you know, I'm trying to cover all those bases. I really loved playing with my band. And I occasionally, when I'm home in Nashville, I'll go out and play with other players like Jack Pearson or Richard Smith or people like that. And sometimes I'll just play my old Telecaster, little Music Man amp, a couple of pedals, you know, just for fun.
Look like?
It's got, yeah, it's a 66 Tele that I bought in 68, and I've played, that's been my main guitar all my life. Except for my Gretsch Tennessean, which I bought when I was 12, and I had never Gretsch. Ted had one, but that guitar is a Tele Custom with a binding, sunburst, and the pickups are Bartolini's Super Strats, greatest pickup ever made. Well, the genre, we white folks call it gypsy jazz, but you know, when you hang around real gypsy players like Stockow Rosenberg, they don't say gypsy, they just say, we just play gypsy music, you know, we play jazz music. But the two together, gypsy jazz, very rarely enters into the mindset of real gypsy players. But the reason I think it's so damn popular and so appealing is because it's so full of fire and it's so full of melodic ideas, and Django set a standard for all of us to follow that nobody really has beaten yet. You know, I think Stockow, Rosenberg has, and Borelli Legreen. You know, I think those two guys are the gold medal world champion players in that genre. You know, if you want to talk about playing like Django, they're the guys. But I enjoy playing jazz with Martin Taylor, with Frank Vignola, and Richard Smith and guys like that. It's fun for me. I love it because I enjoy playing rhythm. I like being the rhythm machine for them. That's what I love doing. But you know, it's just such fun music to play, and to get that tone out of a guitarist, it gets your heart going.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple of hours ago.
Really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I hear Tony McManus play Bach, I think, oh man, that must take. I know how much effort it takes to learn that and to physically play it. I'd love to be able to do that, you know. And you know, when I play with Stockow Rosenberg and I watch some of the licks he plays, it's like, how's that go again? And it's like, what? And I said, you know that thing, and he goes, I don't remember. So there are so many skills on the instrument that I'm wanting to learn. There's so much I want to know about it, and I'm still learning. I've been playing it for like 55 years, and I still like marvel at, you know, sometimes I think I know nothing. I know a few songs, you know. So it's just a case of, you know, how much dedication how much you're willing to be dedicated. Now I usually look in the mirror and go, holy smoke, you've really aged in this last... Yeah, what I love doing is sending myself up, right? There's a character that I call myself sometimes, which is Mr. Fabulous, right? And Mr. Fabulous is a character who's a real loser. He can't get a woman. He doesn't know how to talk to women, and he thinks that he's God's answer to women, and that, you know, of course people are going to flock around him because he's so fabulous. But in actual fact, Mr. Fabulous is a real loser, and I love that character. So sometimes, just for fun, I'll be Mr. Fabulous for the afternoon, you know, and I'll say all the wrong things and just totally mess everything up. I love that.
I would say do a bit of Mr. Fabulous. Do you have a line from Mr. Fabulous?
Mr. Fabulous is like, well, of course, the waitress likes me. Who wouldn't? You know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I know that guy.
Yeah, that
I know
guy.
exactly
Yeah.
that guy.
Always looking for ways to make my guitar better. Well, whatever I can do, you know, when a guitar comes from the factory, most of the really good ones like Larrabee, Martin, Gibson, all those, most of them, I would have to say, have got it down. You don't have to do too much to a Martin. Maybe adjust the action a little, but it should be, you know, 100% when it comes from the factory.
Right.
In fact, I've never played a bad Martin. Never.
So what are the back and sides on that? Are those
The
maple?
back and sides on this Maton are Queensland maples from Australia.
Okay.
Right? It's a beautiful wood, and it has a roundness and a depth. It doesn't have regular maple qualities. It borders on the sound of mahogany. It has that kind of low mid-range thing, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
And just to answer that question, I think people worry too much about, you know, I've got to have this guitar and it's got to have that kind of saddle and this kind of bone and blah blah blah. You know, learn to play the damn thing first, then worry about your sound.
The guitar scene in Australia when you
Yeah.
were coming up compared to now,
Oh,
so many great. Who was that guy on us? Was it Australia's Got Talent that was playing?
Joe Robinson.
Joe Robinson. So I look at him, I see Tommy Mick. Clearly, you've had an enormous influence on
Well,
everybody,
Joe was
but
amazing.
particularly over there.
He started out copying me exactly, playing all my stuff note for note, but he's totally gone in his own direction
Sure.
now and found his own voice.
Absolutely.
Which is, you know, and I think there's a principle right there, that we all start out emulating somebody. I think it has to be that way. How else are you going to be inspired? You know? So you start out emulating someone because they lit a fire under you. You love their music,
Right.
you wanted to be like them, right? But then eventually you find your own voice. Sometimes it takes a long time. I don't believe that I found my guitar voice until I was in my mid-30s. I see a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice. You know, it cost me a lot to do what I'm doing, and I don't mean in money. I mean in emotion and in personal pain in many ways. But you know, things all. You can join the dots in your life and see that if you hadn't gone through that, you wouldn't have got to there, and if you hadn't got to there, then you wouldn't be able to get to there. And that's just how life unfolds, or it seems to be that way. And really, if I could arrive at the point I'm at now and be as jacked up as I am about playing, then you know, I'm glad things happened the way they did. Because everything that's happened to me along the way has made me a better person, and that's what's important to me, you know.